Most people think that big breakthroughs change your life. They don't. Calm, stable days do. Today was not dramatic, it wasn't explosive, it wasn't emotional, it was controlled. And that matters more than people realize. I woke up sharp, sleep quality was a 10, mental clarity was a 10, energy was not chaotic, it was steady, focused, and intentional, I would say. And the primary intention today was simple: stick to the system design, but not to improve it, not to reinvent it, not to overanalyze it, but just to execute it. That's maturity. In the capital battlefield, today was overview mode, just overlooking some things. I had a neutral bias, I didn't force not nothing, and I just followed my plan. And here's what's interesting. My discipline, it didn't crack because it wasn't pressure. It held because the environment I was in was controlled and structured. One thing though was that overthinking tried to creep in. Not fear, not ego, just subtle, overcomplication of something just simple. And that's where most people lose ground. Not through dramatic failure, but through unnecessary mental noise. But instead of reacting, I responded with clarity based thinking. And what that entails is you pause, you reassess, you return to structure. No escalation, don't try to build stories in your head. No imaginary problems. And that's the shift. The gym today was moderate, intensity around the four, not trying to prove nothing, not chasing fatigue, just training like an operator, understanding that recovery is strategic. Energy moved from baseline to steady. And that's not explosive, that's stable. And stable energy does protect, decision making. With my systems today, it had advanced in a certain way with dashboard hooks, like my hooks tightened up. To understand my workflow a little bit better, I plotted out 10 days of thinking instead of 10 days of reacting. So 10 days, got it plotted out. And that's very important. If I repeated a day like this 30 times, then my confidence naturally increases. If I repeat it 90 times, my identity might change. Income right now is stable. I made no affiliate moves today, and that's fine. But because not every day is expansion, some days are reinforcement, and some days are, identity installation. For my major alert indicator, no deviation from the system. Just stay to the system, stay to the schedule. You're gonna be alright. What protected the standard? Calm thinking. And that's my edge. It's not aggression, it's not intensity, it's not hype, it's not none of that overdoing it. It's more so just containment. And if I repeated that 90 times, I found out, or I'm gonna find out, that my delivery may sharpen. That content that I'm putting out is gonna compound. And with that, my mental clarity stabilizes. That scale, nothing flashy, not too dramatic, just more so just stability. And stability compounds faster than chaos ever will. I was about to say ever should, but to repeat that, instability compounds faster than chaos ever will. Same standards, different day. This is curated currency.